Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to EngiGyan, the online learning platform. My name is Sahib, and I will be your trainer for the Big Data course. So, before I begin, can I have a quick confirmation that if I'm loud and clear to all of you? You can just type yes in the chat box at the right-hand side. Perfect. Okay, so Ravi can hear me. And what about Arsh Goyal? All right. So before we begin, I'll just introduce myself. So my name is Sahib, and I will be your big data and Hadoop trainer with EngiGyan. It will be a very interactive course. So like for 25 days, 25 to 30 days, we will be doing a lot of theory, practicals, assignments, as well as finally we'll be doing projects. So let's make the class very interesting and interactive. Okay, so that's enough about me. Also, like I've been working with Wipro in the data science platform from past 3-4 years. Also, I was also a tutor for the databases like MySQL and all. So like now I want to know enough. I want to know about you, like what you do and like if you are in doing engineering. So what field you are doing that and what is your expectations with big data. Okay, so Arsh is doing BTech in ECE, very nice, from NIT Jalandhar, nice, that's cool. So in which year you are in, Arsh? Also, am I audible to Diksha and Ravi? It seems they are like offline right now. Okay, cool. All right, second year begins. Okay, cool. And how about you, Diksha and Rahul? Okay, so let's begin with the course. Okay, so Diksha is from NIT. Okay, all right, all right. Good to see some fresh faces here. So before I begin, I must tell you. Before I begin, I must tell you that right now, you all are beginners in this field, especially in big data. So be with me for like 25 to 30 days, whatever the time period is with EngiGyan, and I'll make sure that after the particular time from beginner, you will be getting into advanced part. Also, please let me know if anybody have heard about Cloudera company and Cloudera certifications like CCA 175. Has anyone heard about this certification, Cloudera CCA 175? Okay, no problem. So, like basically, this is a certification by Cloudera, and it includes the courses which includes in Cloudera is big data and Apache Spark. Okay, so like including these two topics, it completes the entire Cloudera CCA 175 certifications. And trust me, if you have this certificate, Cloudera CCA 175, so like when I am working with Wipro and I see my HRs and managers hiring people, so if they see like if the person is having Cloudera CCA 175 certificate, like before only they make up their mind 90% that they will select this guy. No matter what, they will select this guy. They'll just ask personal questions, no technical part. They just see the Cloudera certificate, they verify it online, and they'll just hire you. Also, like if you are like good with Java or Python or any programming language, so in India basically you will be starting like on average you will be starting jobs like with 25 to 35,000 per month. But if you have certifications on big data as well as Apache Spark, like big data is one part and a little advanced part of big data is Apache Spark. So if you combine them and have a Cloudera CCA 175, you will be having like your salary will be starting from 60,000 per month at least starting. And as the experience grows, like your salary will be reaching like in lakhs per month. And like if you don't believe me, you can go to on glassdoor.com or indeed.com or any other platform. You can check like right now in 2018 to 2023 data scientists, like if you have all the certifications of data scientists including big data, Apache Spark, machine learning, deep learning, the salary of that goes into crores. So one of my friend, like he was in Wipro and he switched to IBM. So he's getting like 1.35 crores package. So you can imagine how great this topic is now these days. Also, uh, like it's not that tough. Like if you don't need any prerequisite, like if you have basics of Java, that is okay. And if you don't have, I'll explain you that as well. You don't need any Python or any programming language for this. We have to cover small languages, like 3 4 languages. We have to see only the basics of that, not much. So I will be covering that everything first. Okay, so Ravi is saying, no doubt, sir, big data is demanding technology nowadays. Yes, sir. Yes, Ravi. So big data is a huge has a huge demand right now. I must tell you that. Also, like, and with me, like, I have given many interviews. Like, I am working with Wipro right now, and I will be joining Microsoft soon. So, like, I have been to many interviews with big data, with like Microsoft, IBM, Oracle. So, like, all of them are using big data, no doubt. And the interview question they ask is not basically the technically based. Like they don't ask you to write a Java code or the MapReduce code or Skype. If you have heard about Hive or MapReduce part, it comes into big data. So they don't ask you to write that. Basically, they'll just ask you to explain big data, architecture, ecosystem, and they'll ask the inside parts of the ecosystem, like what is HDFS and all. So don't worry. Today it might be like I'm introducing to big data. You can like find this class a little introductory class, but from tomorrow we will be starting with the complete exact course of that. Also, like I will be taking class in English, and if anybody have like problem to understand in English, let me know. Just raise your hand or type anything. I'll explain the same part again in Hindi. Don't worry about that. You can ask any topic anytime. You just raise a hand or just type anything. Okay. All right. So I see 4 5 people joined recently. Okay. Cool. So like the new people who have joined right now recently, if you like, if you want, you can introduce yourself by just giving your name, your college name, and your like what branch you are into. You can just type that so that I can have a brief idea like from where to start, like from basics or like if you have a little knowledge, so I can see that. Okay. So like okay. So Rahul is from NIT Srinagar. Great. Okay. Okay, so I will be taking like 1 hour daily class of you here. Also, apart from the 1 hour class, there will be 30 to 45 minutes of assignments with the course that I will provide. We have groups, WhatsApp groups, and all Google Drives. I will be providing you all the details there. So please try to complete that as soon as possible. There is no time limit or like end date, but what I prefer, what I usually do when I was doing big data, the class I study, I do the I do the assignment or the homework right after the class because like it's the thing we have studied is very fresh in our mind at that time. So I do that right away and I submit that. And also, like, if you can have my WhatsApp number or any email address, if you have any personal doubts regarding big data, you can contact me anytime. But like, and I will happy to help you guys. Okay. So before we begin big data, may I know what is data for you guys? Like, how you explain data? Anyone who can explain me what is data? Yeah, Ravi, I'm connected to the WhatsApp group. Also, I'll just provide you my phone number here as well. You can save it. My name is Sahib Singh. Okay. So before going into big data, so can I have a knowledge about what is data? Like what according to you is data? And guys, I would prefer like if you can answer, like interact and answer the questions so that it maybe you will be wrong. I will not scold you or anything. This is not school class. Okay, okay. So Ravi is saying data is something information, collection of information. Diksha is saying data is information. Okay, good, good. You guys are right, right. Data is just information or like how we store how we store our like I'll just explain you by giving some analogies. Basically, I'll start with the types of data. So I'll explain each and every type in detail. Like types of data. First is structured data. Second is semi-structured data. Third is unstructured data. Okay, so structured data. Anyone have worked on RDBMS in your college, like any RDBMS platform? Okay, Ravi is saying yes. So which one, Ravi? Libraries. Okay, great. So listen. So RDBMS is basically our RDBMS is a platform in which we can store huge amount of data, like not that huge, like we can consider it as big data, but yeah, a considerable amount of data. Like it comes into tabular forms. You can see that in MySQL databases or NoSQL databases or etc. These type of databases. So basically, what happens here, like in structured data, you have a table. It is usually a tabular form, like you can see in MS Excel. It is usually a structured form. So like it has a proper structure. Like you have a column 1 with, like you can say, student ID. Column 2, it has roll number of that student. Column 3, it has name of the student and all, like this. So this is called a structured data. Like it is in tabular form. You store data in in a structured way. Like in below all the student ID, there will be only IDs. Below roll number, there will be roll numbers and names. Like it's simply like an Excel sheet out there. So that is known as structured data. Before, I'm just explaining you about the data, okay? Then we'll go into big data. Now I'll just explain you semi-structured data. Semi-structured data is, like you can say, your emails or XML files, HTML files. Anyone have heard about XML or HTML files? So we can say these are the semi-structured data. Like they are not particularly like into tabular form, and they are not actually unstructured data as well. Like they usually have some pattern. Like emails have CC, BCC, and they have subject. So it goes into that. So this comes into semi-structured data. They are not into tabular forms, but they have a little structure part, something like that. And unstructured data. So unstructured data is usually pictures, videos, songs. So these such data, picture, videos, and which cannot be put into tabular forms. So we have categorized them into unstructured data. So usually there are three types of data. So and okay. So yes, Rahul, sure. Okay. So like anyone have any doubt in types of data, you can just ask me right away. Like Arsh is asking SQL. Yeah. Like SQL, what Arsh? Like what are you asking about SQL? Acha, okay. All right. SQL is nothing but is a RDBMS platform. What exactly, like just SQL is actually structured query language in which we usually handle all such kind of data. Like uh, we have a huge amount of data in tabular forms. Like you have your school database. Like you have in your school, whatever school or engineering you are doing, like you can say engineering, they have all the records in a tabular form. So like you have roll number 1 is Arsh. Okay, so Arsh is in which college, in which stream, and everything about Arsh will be there in a tabular form. And to retrieve, like there will be thousands of data, like thousands of students studying in there. So if we want to pull up only particular Arsh data, and Arsh also, like we want to know what Arsh has scored in semester 2. So like if we go through and search, it'll take like thousands of students are there. It will take a lot of time, right? So there are some commands. We don't have to go into that. That's SQL commands, SQL. We call as SQL, structured query language. So using those commands, we can pull up any kind of data from huge table, like there are thousands of people and you want to take roll number 982's math score. So we can put some simple coding there. The codings are very simple. They're usually usually as English. Okay. XML is similar to HTML. Have you worked on HTML, Harsh? Yeah. So HTML basically is hyper. Okay, Ravi is saying yes, little bit, but not work. Okay, no problem. HTML is basically like we don't have to go into this. It's just I'm explaining the type of data. HTML is hypertext markup language. It is it's it's a very basics of coding. You can say like when I was in school, I was taught at that time. So nowadays it's getting like HTML is not considered, and XML is now taking over HTMLs. So it is usually for making websites. So you can see .html, like in your website you can see PHP, some in between you can see PHP, or ending you can see .html or something. So using those HTML patterns and all, they are into a pattern, like they have a particular pattern, like starting with head, so it will end with head. If starting with a paragraph, it will end with paragraph. So it's a structured data, but it can also include photos and videos. You can see in websites you can have pictures and videos, everything. So we cannot put exactly that data into structured data. So we have separately, we have created one semi-structured data type, and we have put emails, XML files and HTMLs into that. Okay, is it clear? Good. So you can clear your doubt right away. That will work. Okay. So, all right. So unstructured, and everyone cleared about structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data, right? Okay, good. Good to know. All right. Now let's begin with our course. What is big data? Anyone? Any idea about big data? What is big data? Any guesses? Okay, collection of vast data by Ravi, collection of data for analysis, Diksha. Okay, okay, you guys are close. So like if you say collection of vast data or huge data or big data, so it is correct answer, but I would say it's not complete answer. Like if you are into an interview with big companies, so like if first question they will ask is what is big data. So if you say like big data is a collection of huge data or vast data, so it's partially correct, right? You can understand like if it's just you will just interpreted the English in other way. So I'll explain what is big data. Actually, big data is such a huge amount of data these days that it cannot be analyzed, stored, or worked on using traditional databases like MySQL, RDBMS, and like that. The data is so huge that if you load into your computers or something, your computer will get hanged, or it may be not work after that. For example, I'll provide you some data structure. I have worked on YouTube data. Like I have, when I was in Wipro, I was working with YouTube data analysis. Okay, so believe me or not, per day YouTube is generating around 15 petabytes of data. You understand? Per day. And that data, handling that data is next to impossible before big data has emerged. So big data, if you say big data is a problem, like big data has so much big amount of data which cannot be processed or analyzed or worked on. Like if you want to say like what happened on YouTube on this date and this time. So in 15 petabyte of data, not GB, and GBs and TBs are more than enough for us today, right? And this data is 15 petabytes data per day, and it's increasing day by day. So if you say big data is a problem, if you say big data is a problem, so the answer to this problem, the solution to this problem is Hadoop. So don't go into Hadoop into deep right now. I'll explain each and everything. So big data is a huge set of data which cannot be analyzed, processed, worked on. Like we cannot do any kind of work on the big data using normal databases. Like even Excel is a database. We have tables and we can work out on that. We can do calculations, like we have a list of values. We can do a sum of all the data. But imagine if you have 15 petabytes of data, it's huge. So for that, Hadoop was introduced. It's not very old. It's been like 5 to 6 years only. Hadoop has introduced, and before, like we have Hadoop, before we have Hadoop 1.x. This was the first version of Hadoop. Okay, so it was for like 3 years. Then it has upgraded its version to 2.x, which is the latest version right now, latest version and the fastest version. Okay, so Hadoop 2.x is the fastest version. You can, and with Hadoop, 15 petabyte of data is nothing. Like you can even process petabytes of data in seconds with Hadoop. Hadoop is such a great thing right now. It is a tool, basically a tool. We'll get into that in detail. But yeah, Hadoop, if you have knowledge about Hadoop and you get into company, or you can take any project in your engineering, like I will be providing you one project with EngiGyan for sure, like at the end of this session, end of like 25 days. But if you want personally, if you want like more projects to show into your college or something, or you want to practice, you can just WhatsApp me. I'm just a WhatsApp away. I can provide you n number of projects which I have worked on, like YouTube data. Even I have worked on airlines data, Bollywood movies data. Like you can imagine how many movies so far has been created from the first movie Alam, which I think it was Alamara, and from today, like yesterday I went for Surma. So it's a very good movie, Surma. So you can see the amount of data in movies so huge. Like even if you download any movie from torrent, a good quality or HD quality movie, what like starts from 800 MB to 1.5 GB, right? And like best qualities like Blu-rays and all, it goes to even 2.5 to 3 GBs. So you can imagine the data in movie analysis. And I have only worked on the Bollywood part. There are so many Tollywood, Hollywood, and all. There are so many. So it's fun to work with big data. So no doubt it's very fun. All right, so let's begin now. So let's go to you guys have much idea about this thing, Facebook. Okay, so in Facebook these days, Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, basically Google, all the Google things, they are using huge amount of data right now. So or even today, like if you search anything on Google search bar, like if you type anything on Google search bar, like and you see within second, like You can imagine if you type anything in Google search bar, it gives you data, like you can see the time they are written 0.0023 seconds. Results are out. Has anyone noticed that? Before the search bar, it's something like written like this 0.0023 seconds. All the results are arrived from such a big data in Google databases. Like not even 1 second it takes. If you have a good internet and good RAM, you can see it comes into such a less time. So right now, Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, Google, and many big companies, they are using Hadoop as their tool with Apache Spark. We'll not get into deep into Apache Spark in this course because it's a separate course and it takes another 1 month. But it's a part of Hadoop that you will see in Hadoop ecosystem. So okay, so this is taking Apache Spark and all. Even there are many parts of Hadoop which you usually see in Facebook and Amazon. Like I'm saying, focusing on Facebook because people usually like on daily basis they are seeing Facebook. You can have you seen like there are some recommended friends when you just open Facebook and you can see recommended friends you may know. Have anyone noticed that it automatically appears? So like it's not your friends are seen to all the people in Facebook. Only they target the particular people. Like if you are like if Arsh is having like say XYZ is Arsh mutual friend, so that won't show to Diksha or that won't show to Ravi, right? They target the particular people and they show this. So this thing you will also learn in Hadoop, which is a part of MapReduce. Facebook is using MapReduce as a part of this to figure out what friends should be in the wall, Facebook wall, should be shown in the Facebook wall to which people. So Hadoop is usually Facebook and all they are using this thing. Okay, okay. So so I'll just ask some few questions regarding that. Just basically you just answer on chat. If I give you 100 GB of data, 100 GB of data, and you have 16 GB of RAM in your computer. You have 16 GB of RAM in your computer. So you think RDBMS, Relation Dataset Management System, can easily resolve this data? Like if you want to analyze or store or anything, this amount of data, 100 GB data, can it be done using RDBMS? Ravi is saying yes. Diksha is saying yes. Arsh is saying no. Okay. So, like you guys are new, I must tell you, you can easily do that with RDBMS. Okay, Arsh? Like 100 GB of data is not a big data when compared to big data part. So, like if you're talking about big data scenario, 100 GB is into MBs. Yes, yes, Ravi. 16 GB RAM is a good RAM and it can process a huge amount of data easily. So, like if you have 16 GB of RAM and 100 GB of data, it can be easily resolved. Like whatever you want to do with that tabular form. In short, I'm saying about it. I'm sure. In short, I'm saying just imagine there is an Excel sheet of 100 GB. So it will be huge Excel sheet like 100 GB. Like if you fill one table in Excel, it will be in and save the file. You'll see it's in KBs. Like if you see fill the front page only, it will be in KBs. So imagine 100 GB of Excel sheet data. It will be huge, but still it can be easily done through RDBMS. easily because you have 16 GB RAM. Even with 8 GB of RAM, you can do that. Not a big deal. Okay. Again. So what is the order of big data? Diksha, please explain what exactly you're for like emphasizing on order. What is the order of big data? Mm, range of bytes. Okay, Diksha. It is a very good question, Diksha. I will surely I will come into that, but I'll just explain you right away. Explain what is the component needed for big data. Okay. So Ravi, for the component part, I'll explain you each and the entire architecture, entire ecosystem. You will have like a huge huge knowledge about big data when I explain that in coming classes. Don't worry about that. Okay, Ravi? So like if I explain you right away, you have right now you have no big knowledge about big data right now. I'm just trying to explain you exactly what is big data. When you guys have a knowledge about big data, architecture and ecosystem, then we'll go into components and everything. Don't worry about that. Okay. And for Diksha, like she's asking for the range of bytes come into big data. So there is no particular range of byte. You can handle 100 GB of data also with Hadoop tools. 100 GB can be, but what companies prefer, like if you can do 100 GB of data, you can process 100 GB of data with RDBMS, which is very cheap and not much RAM is required. You can even do that in 8 GB. So why to go with Hadoop? So companies are saying that if you can do things with RDBMS, you do that. Like RDBMS only do the structured data. You understand the structured data, tabular forms. Even these days, Oracle has introduced some blob and clob parts, which you don't have to do that. It's into Oracle databases. But I'm just saying they have introduced to store pictures, videos, and songs as well into structured data. But that's not efficient. People are not all the companies are going into that. So Diksha, what I'm saying is 100 GB of Hadoop tool, like 100 GB data can be easily done with Hadoop tools. But if you can do that through RDBMS, like traditional databases, we usually call them as traditional databases. So why to go Hadoop? Okay. So but you can but if we have time at the end of the course completion, I'll show you some example, and when we will doing the projects, I'll show you, even I'll work on Hadoop with 500 MB of data with Hadoop. So Ravi is asking, is it costly compared to RDMS cost? Yes, Ravi, because for Hadoop, like I'll just explain for Hadoop. Like you guys are asking questions which I will covering later, but I understand you are curious. You guys are curious right now, so I'll just explain. For Hadoop, to like if you want to install the tool, Hadoop tool on your computer, you must have at least 16 GB of RAM on your computer. At least 16 GB of RAM. So, and for RDBMS, even when I was in school, I worked around 2 GB of RAM. So you understand, 16 GB of RAM and 2 GB of RAM. So usually companies will not prefer for small amount of data to use Hadoop, right? Like, am I clear to guys? If you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. So, so why to go with 16 GB of RAM when you can do? And I should also tell you that I've been to IBM operations room where they are having all the servers of Hadoop and all. We'll get into that, but I'll just explain you. They have 1 GB, 1 TB of RAM in their systems. You can imagine such a huge amount of data requires how much RAM? 1 TB of RAM, and also they don't have one system. Like in Hadoop, we work on clusters. We have many systems. You can say if you are a big data developer or administrator, anything like you will be working on, if you have heard of mainframe or supercomputers, you will be working on these when you are a big data scientist or big data developer. Or so for these, like it's a very fun job, it's very good. And you can see uh, in IBM, I've been to IBM only. Maybe Google is using much more, like maybe Google is using around 10 TB of RAM. So it's a huge RAM. So like these days, like 4 or 5 years back, when I increased my RAM from 6 GB to 8 GB to 16 GB, it cost me around 6K around for 8 GB RAM, if I'm not wrong. I don't know about what's the price right now, but on my computer it's like 16 GB, so it's around 6K. So just imagine for 1 to 10 TB of RAM, what amount of money is required, what amount of financial stability of the company is required. And believe me or not, in before 2022, there is a like a paper published in one of the journal. They said that in 2022 in India, 75% companies will be completely depending upon Hadoop. So just imagine in coming 4 years, what is the scope of Hadoop? And right now, Hadoop is introducing in India. It's not a, like Hadoop is developed 4 to 5 years back, and in India, it's like 1 to 2 years back. It's introduced. So not all the companies, like not all the IITs, triple ITs, or they are not like not all of them, but yeah, some of them are providing the master's course of data science, which includes Hadoop. So see, this course is so depending. So like, if you are just having a certification from EngiGyan, uh, so and if you like after your completion of your engineering or whatever you are doing, if you go to a company and and your resume, you just show that you are a big data expert. You have a certificate of big data expert. So every company needs analyst, right? Like they have so many employees, they have so many work. Every company needs an analyst there. And if you are a big data analyst, like analyst is for small data, and big data analyst is for like huge data. We have just seen. So obviously that company, like if you go for TCS or any Wipro or any starting like college company who comes to take hire from colleges, like if you are, yeah, I'll just show you one. My last batch, there's one of my student was there, and he was doing engineering in computer science. He was having many backlogs. He was having many backlogs because of some medical issues, and his CGPA or GPA, whatever you say, was around 6.2. But he took big data certification. He took it from me, but yeah, like anywhere you can take the big data certification, and his roommate, he was like a topper there. He was like 9.5 pointers and all, and he was just he didn't have anything. they you can imagine they went for TCS interview, and both of them were hired for the same salary. Also, for the 6.2 CGPA, they just ask personal questions, and for the 9.5 guy, they asked all the Java coding, all the if he was into his like major was into Java, he's having all the Java codings and all. So you can see entering into big data stream right now is so easy. Like if you do that in coming 4 5 years, you can see yourself after 10 years. You can see yourself in a much higher position, like VPs or managers in very soon. Like usually when you are as a software engineer, you start as an associate there. Okay, so you start as an associate there, and it takes like 4 years or so with good performance to become a team lead. But if you are a big data, big data associate, it takes 2.5 years to get into team lead. And team lead salary is, I think, is just double or 2.5 times the associate salary. So you can see the scope of this. Also, there's also one more thing. If you want, like, you can just talk to the managers or Rahul sir. You can. I'm also taking classes for machine learning. If you include machine learning plus big data, you are the king of the market of this era. Like nobody, no software engineer, no software developer or programmer may be it like Java developer for 8 years or something. He will be below you. Trust me, he will be below you if you have machine learning and big data. Like if anyone have heard about machine learning, let me know. Like if you all have heard, so I'll not go into deep. But it's a part of data science. Like if you go for data science, if you go for data science, yeah, Ravi, it's a part of AI, and AI is a part of data science. So you can say like data science I am a data scientist right now. So for to become a data scientist, you have to do big data and Hadoop plus Apache Spark with their languages like Scala, Kaf, Kaf, Kafka, etc. Machine machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning, these two makes one artificial intelligence. So this is AI. And if you are a data scientist, and if you don't believe me, you can search on glassdoor.com or any other. They have all the salaries of all each and every profile right now. Data scientist starting salary is around 22 lakhs per annum. Starting salary. So not starting, I can say an average salary. Not starting. Starting is not a right word here, but you can say average salary. So it depends upon 15 lakhs per annum to 30 lakhs per annum. So I must like it's a big salary, right? And you can achieve this data scientist course like I have done that in 6 months. It's not a big deal. Like data scientist, when I have learned machine learning and all, basically machine learning is what? Okay, so what is machine learning? Okay, so basically what is machine learning? Machine learning is we put some algorithms to the computer so that computer replies by its own intelligence. Like anyone have heard about uh, Google Assistants, or in Apple it's Siri. Anyone's using Google or Apple? Not Microsoft. Okay. So Siri and Google Assistants. Okay. So they are using, yeah, yeah. I- Good one, Arsh. I was going into Amazon as well. Alexa, they all are using artificial intelligence, using machine learning. And like if you have done machine learning, it's more than enough. But if you want to go to masters in machine learning, it's deep learning. So basically what happens if you ask Google anything, like if you ask Siri, like Siri, wake me at 6 a.m. in morning, it automatically sets an alarm for you. Have you seen that? Or Google Assistant, okay Google, wake me at 6 a.m. Okay Google, where is cafe coffee day from my place? How far is cafe coffee day? It just guides you the exact route, the time, and everything. So that's using its own intelligence. It's understanding what I'm saying, and it's giving a perfect and correct result. Like Google said recently, Sundar Pichai said 92.3% times whatever you ask from Google Assistants, it will be more than correct. Also, Arsh has put up a very good example here, like Alexa, Amazon Alexa. So same thing, Alexa works. It's completely artificial intelligence we have done. And trust me, guys, learning so many language, like learning one language, Java, into deep, which takes like, if you take Java as your main language, it takes like 4 or 5 years to get masters into Java. And like it takes a lot of time. So it's better to learn Hive, Scoop, HBase, and there are like many more. I'll just say MapReduce, which includes Hadoop. These languages makes a Hadoop, and these languages you don't have to master these. They are very easy languages. Like we don't have a platform here to show all the examples here, but don't worry. In future, I will be buying a software, and like I have already applied for that. There's a tool. Actually, there's a tool like we can only work on companies with using these softwares. But I have applied, I have bought a free version for a trial version for you guys, and I will be showing commands how to handle data and all with all these commands. So, like, tell me guys, like, if you, which one is better for you guys? Java for 5 8 years to master that language, or these five language in 1 month, basics of that, these five language to master Hadoop for entry level into company. Which one you prefer? Yes, Ravi, I will be teaching Hive, Scoop, HBase, and MapReduce, everything. Also, from my end, I will be introducing you to Apache Spark, all the components of Apache Spark. Like you have to pay separately for Apache Spark to learn the complete course. But don't worry, like if you complete the course, like if you guys are understanding into like before 20, or like you guys understand that into 15 or 20 days, the rest 5 to 7 days, I will be teaching you Apache Spark for free of cost. No, nothing to be needed in that. Whatever, how much we cover, I'll explain you that. Okay, Ravi. Okay, so Arsh is asking course duration. So, course duration. Course duration is Arsh. Course duration is, if I take daily 1 hour, it will be covered in 25 days. If you complete my assignments and homeworks on time, for first class, I will not be providing any homework or something. But if you complete that and ask me doubts, you can call me, you can ask me on WhatsApp or anything. I will be happy to help you guys. If you want any career guidance or anything, I'll do that. And Also, like, yeah, thanks to EngiGyan providing such. Thank you so much for Ravi. Thank you so much, Ravi, for your kind words. So, I'm just saying the course duration is for 1 hour for 25 days. If we have 1 hour for like daily, it will take around 25 days. And as I said in the starting, from beginner, like you had no idea even about big data starting, right? So from beginner, I'll take you to advanced course. Also, if you ask me to any other related questions, like including this, like any other questions, like sir, provide me uh, PPTs. And yeah, I must tell you, I'm not a slide reader. Okay, I'm not at all a slide reader, because if we read a slide and explain, what's the use? I just explain whatever I have in my mind, whatever experience I have in this field. I'll explain each and everything that. So maybe in slide there is something written, and I want to explain some more thing. So if I'm focusing on slide only, I'll miss that. So I just don't see. But if you want slides, I have created a slide for you guys as well. Don't worry. If you want, I can provide you this slide, or we can go through the slides as well, but not right now. Right now, we'll focus on uh, basic understandings. Okay. So Ravi is asking, can we become junior data scientist after completion of course? Ravi, surely, like for junior data scientists, you have to cover all these parts. Like you have to cover big data and Hadoop, which will be covered in less than a month. Then you have to cover Apache Spark, which will again, if you want, I can teach that. Like from next month, I can teach it another 20 days or 15 days. Or if you want to end it soon, you can talk to the company, EngiGyan, and ask them like if I can like give you like 3 to 4 hours on weekends. I can cover that even less than that. And you have to cover machine learning as well as deep learning. And if you cover that, of course, you will be a junior data scientist only. Like last year, till last year, I was a junior data scientist. Now I'm just a data scientist. So I have a good hands-on on Hadoop, big data, and have a big teaching experience with big data. And trust me, the course which I have mentioned you before, Cloudera certification CCA 175. This includes Hadoop and Spark. Okay, so this includes Hadoop and Spark. If you want, guys, if you want to prepare for this certification, I can provide you n number of questions. But that questions you guys won't understand it right now. But after completion of Hadoop and Spark, you will be getting a knowledge about the questions. And it's a very, it's not that tough question, that tough exam. It has only 10 questions in which you have to do 7 correct, and you're all done. You are set, and this certificate. And if you put this Cloudera certificate in your resume, they won't even ask in if you have a degree or not. Trust me, guys. This certification is so much valuable to us. Okay, so Ravi is asking after completion course which certificate will. So after completion of this course with EngiGyan, you will be getting a big data expert or big data and Hadoop developer. This is one and the same thing. You can like confirm from the team what certificate they are providing. Like these both things are the same. If you have a big data expert certificate, if you have big data Hadoop developer certificate, both are the same thing. Also, if you can go for Apache Spark after a month, and after that you can go for Cloudera certification CCA 175. And if you have this certificate CCA 175, you don't have to go for data scientist. This course itself is almost equivalent to data scientist. Like after engineering, you can see your classmates and your friends are have getting placed into TCS or Wipro or HCL. They are having 20,000 package or 25,000 package or 30,000 package. But while studying, while doing engineering, you are able to get Cloudera certification. You can take any help. You can, like, if you want to talk to me at 2 a.m. in night, I'll happy to help you guys. And I have also helped many of the people, like people, usually some of the college people, they wake up at night. I am sure many people are here also, like they love to study at night, midnight. So they just call me like at 2:30 p.m. or 3 p.m. Sir, I'm so sorry, sir. I think I just wake you up, and I have this doubt in this question. I was studying. I don't want to break the flow. So I doesn't mind. You can call me like that as well. You can call me anytime. Okay. And if you want questions on Cloudera certifications, so Ravi is asking, we are also found at same time as us. Yeah, Ravi. So same bench, yeah. So I was saying Cloudera certificate questions, I can provide you that. Okay. So that was a brief introduction about big data today. So I hope you guys are not bored. If you have any feedback, please let me know. Please let me know on WhatsApp or anything what you want me to correct in myself. I can do that. And like and like in previous batches, there are some people who have little problem in English to understand in English. So I explain the entire scenario in Hindi as well. Okay. So if you want in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, I have no I know all the languages. Whatever you want, I can explain you in that. And so Diksha, sir, it's great to learn. Thank you so much, Diksha, for your kind words. So Diksha, just like Diksha, Ravi, Harsh, and everything, everyone, please do all the assignments on time and everything. I will be happy to help you. And from my end, if you guys need anything, I'll provide you each and everything. Okay, any assistance or any material, I'll provide you that. Okay, guys. So let's wind up here. It was just a brief introduction. No need to mention. So, thank you, Ravi. Thank you. Yeah, let's hope for the best. I just want you guys to become a big data expert in 25 days. I'll try my best, level best. Just be with me, just interact with me like you guys are doing right now. I just love interacting. Like, if it's just a self-paced course, I'm just teaching and nobody is there. It gets a little difficult. So if people are interacting for instructors as well as the students, the class is very interesting and not boring. Okay, so I'll just end the course here. It's just a brief introduction for big data today, and let's start the main part from tomorrow. And if you have any feedback, just give me a WhatsApp, just call me anytime, anything. I'll be happy to help you guys. Okay, so let's end it here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.